Link Corporation presents web-based invoicing system and services. The previous first video segment demonstrated the timesheet workflow of a service provider as a subcontractor. This second video segment demonstrates quick and easy way to process subcontractors' timesheets by a general contractor with a view to create draft payable and draft receivable invoices. The timesheets menu item opens a set of tabs which allows the general contractor to manage his subcontractors and process their timesheets. The subcontractor's timesheet tab shows a list of the active subcontractors which have reported their works during a specified period. At the Subcontractor List tab, a user may manage the subcontractor's client project assignments and the subcontractor's rates. Activity Link opens a list of all assignments which a subcontractor was involved for the last 6 months. Also, here the general contractor can add a new subcontractor to the list or remove any one of them as needed. The Daily Activity List tab shows the reported work of all subcontractors for the selected date. The Subcontractor's Timesheets tab is the function window for the task of processing timesheets. One can see the number of the timesheets entries for each month. The icon color indicates the status of the entry. A click on the month icon opens the calendar view of the subcontractor's month. Here the general contractor can edit entries, approve them, and create draft invoices. One may work with the timesheets in the entry view list. An approval of the individual entry can be done from the list or from the Edit Entry window, whereas the general contractor may correct data both before and after approval. While here he can see his rates, which will be used for the rebilling of the entry. The bulk approval button allows to approve by one click all the entries which are in the ready status. The entry status changed to approved and the icons change color to green. Even after the approval of the entry, information on the white background can be edited in this list directly. If the entry is in edit status, it cannot be modified or approved. Now the approved entries are ready for creating invoices. Let's open the Create window. There is no rule which invoice to create first, rebilled or payable one. It's entirely a user's choice. Let's start with a payable invoice. One may preview a draft payable invoice. He may even see its final view in PDF format. The final document also contains the supporting information in a summary view. If there are no more changes needed, let's create the draft payable invoice. I select the invoice date and create the invoice. The icon of the entry became blue when the entry has been cut off for the payment. One can still edit entries until they are not rebilled as part of a receivable invoice. In the Edit Entry window, you can see a history of the entry. It's time to go on with the rebilling. Let's create the draft receivable invoices. For them, the rates of general contractor will be used. Each invoice is created for a combination of 3 components: project, accounting type, template. They are lined up in the matrix row. I select the combination to proceed. I click on the Create Invoice link, select the invoice date and create the invoices. The icon of the cutoff for the rebilling and paying entries become blue-red. The created draft invoices are sitting now in the related containers. In the receivable draft container, we see 3 invoices relating to the combinations selected during the invoice creation. In the payable one, there is the draft payable invoice to the subcontractor. At this point, we completed the subcontractor's timesheet processing and created the draft receivable and payable invoices from it. The next video segment will present the invoice workflow for a service provider who can be either general or independent contractor.